People killed, many injured as Central Mosque roof collapses in Zaria. United Nations reiterates call for immediate and unconditional release of ousted President of Niger as Katsina prays for peaceful resolution of the crisis.
We are also praying to Almighty Allah to bring peace between these very friendly nations.
10 years of ocean surge, Bayelsa State takes measures to mitigate effect on affected communities.
We must take our destiny into our hands.
More states distribute palliatives to cushion effect of subsidy removal on the vulnerable.
Palliatives are about individuals giving out, however small.
Hello and welcome to the Network News on NTA. I'm Naja'atu Tijani, and it's an all-girl affair as Adiola Komi Akere joins me from Lagos. Do remember that this broadcast is being streamed live on our website, nta.ng/live. And remember to follow all our social media handles displayed on the screen for the latest. A building has collapsed in the building that's the Central Mosque in Zaria. The roof has collapsed, killing at least 4 worshippers and many others sustained injuries. The incident occurred when worshippers were observing the Asr prayer, the late afternoon prayer. Siraj Abdullahi reports.
Zaria Central Mosque, which occurred during the evening prayers of Asr, led to the death of 4 worshippers, while many others sustained various degrees of injuries. Emir of Zazzau, Malam Ahmad Nuhu Bamali, sympathized with the victims and said investigation will be carried out to ascertain the cause of the collapse and total number of victims.
I think about 4 people so far died, unfortunately, including a blind man and some others. And I was made to understand that about 7 people have been taken to hospital, and we're waiting for my district heads and other lieutenants to come back to us with reports of what they've seen in the hospitals, because so many people came here to rescue the victims.
Unconfirmed information reveals that the collapsed part is the old structure attached to the new design of the mosque to maintain history. From Zaria, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
The United Nations is concerned about the deplorable living conditions of President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger and his family, who are still being detained by the Presidential Guard in Niger. Adebola Brooksland Sunday reports that the spokesperson of the Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Farhan Haq, stated this while addressing the media in New York. Haq said the UN is aware of recent reports that President Bazoum of Niger and his family are living without electricity, water, food or medicine, emphasizing that the UN chief once again is calling for his immediate unconditional release and reinstatement as head of state.
Urgently calls for their unconditional release and for the strict adherence to Niger's international human rights obligations. Humanitarian partners are struggling with low stocks of supplies due to the impact of closures of the border and the airspace. This situation may affect food assistance for 2.8 million people in the coming months. The World Food Programme assisted more than 12,000 people with food in the Maradi region.
Haq added that the UN has obtained authorization from the Niger de facto authorities to carry out 4 flights from Niamey to Ouagadougou using UN humanitarian air services to relocate 49 families temporarily. The African Bar Association at its 2023 conference has condemned the removal of constitutional democracy in the Republic of Niger. This was part of resolutions at the Continental Bar in Pretoria, South Africa. Dele Atumbi of our Judiciary Desk reports.
Took a look at the observance of rule of law on the continent of Africa. Participants condemned the coup in Niger Republic and demanded immediate restoration of constitutional democracy. The African Bar Association Conference frowned at the ousting of democratically elected governments on the continent.
So I thank ECOWAS for the response. I do not support military intervention. The African Bar has made it clear today that it wants diplomacy to succeed, and it wants the military to hand over, to leave the seat of government as quickly as possible and hand over to the democratically elected government. In short, our demand here today is that civilian rule be restored immediately.
The purported clampdown on the opposition leaders in Senegal also attracted the attention of the African Bar Association's conference. Participants frowned at the alleged disregard to the fundamental rights of the people. The Continental Bar cautioned that respect for the rule of law is the foundation of constitutional democracy.
As for Senegal, we have made it clear here too, the decision was reached here, that the Senegalese government should rethink its illegal actions.
The Continental Bar equally expressed its displeasure over the disobedience of court orders by government institutions. The bar identified the rule of law as the solution to the challenges being faced by the African continent. From Pretoria, Dele Atumbi, Nta News.
Katsina State Government has organized a special prayer session with an appeal to religious bodies to intensify prayers for peaceful resolution of the military coup in Niger Republic. Suleiman Kudoki reports that the prayers also focus on socio-economic emancipation of the state, Nigeria, and neighboring countries as a whole.
The prayer, which attracted Islamic scholars, religious leaders from within and outside the state, was aimed at bringing amicable resolution to the challenges of the military coup in Niger Republic and harmonious coexistence between members of ECOWAS, especially Nigeria. Katsina State Governor Diko Umar Rada enjoined the scholars and the general public to continue to pray for peace and corporate existence of both Nigeria and Niger Republic.
We are also praying to Almighty Allah to bring peace between these very friendly nations so that we will resolve the issues arising from the crisis in Niger Republic amicably without firing a gun.
Other dignitaries in attendance lauded the initiative by the state government.
We pray. We never know from this prayer God will accept for us to have peace.
Meanwhile, efforts are ongoing by ECOWAS to proffer lasting solutions to challenges faced in Niger Republic. In Katsina, Suleiman Kudogi, Nta News.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Army Resource Center is enhancing the capacity of officers in strategic leadership and national security, with the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Taurid Lagbaja, enjoining graduates at the Resource Center to be proactive in tackling emerging threats. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
We have succeeded in drinking from this fountain of knowledge.
Nigerian Army officers of the rank of Lieutenant Colonel and Colonel have concluded an 11-month course on strategic leadership management. The training is meant to equip them for effective command and control roles. The ultimate goal is to enable the officers to develop indigenous solutions to address emerging security challenges across the country.
The knowledge they have acquired on this course will go a long way to enhance their performance on the job, as they are expected to operate at the military strategic level of operation. And so they will bring the competencies of defense management, critical thinking, leadership, and operational arts to bear in the field. And we expect improved efficiencies of the units and formations that these officers will command in the field.
Each of the leadership levels comes with its challenge, but the center believes that effective communication will enhance proactive operations that will combat the nation's complex security challenges.
We are continuously training and retraining all levels of personnel, not only of the Nigerian Army and other security agencies, but Nigerians generally. And the center is contributing its own quota to human development, human capacity development. What we are trying to do is to bridge the gap between the combatant officers and the regular, so that they can assist in providing advice to aid decision-making by the various commanders in the field.
These officers are expected to hit the ground running with operations that will sniff out criminals from their hideouts. From the Nigerian Army Resource Center in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
No matter how long it takes, Nigeria will never give up on the remaining abducted Chibok girls, and efforts to rescue and rehabilitate those still in captivity will be sustained. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu gave this assurance when she received a rescued Chibok girl, Rebecca Kabu, in the villa. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
Kabu, now 22, was 13 when she was abducted from her school in Chibok in 2014 by the Shekau-led Boko Haram terrorist group. She became the first abducted Chibok girl to regain her freedom under this administration following her rescue in Cameroon on the 17th of July 2023.
Where's Rebecca? Rebecca, come and sit here.
Ahead of reuniting with her family in Chibok, Rebecca was received by the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, who expressed joy at her freedom.
Rebecca will be our own first, comeback story and returnee, and which will say she's our own first fruit. So she's a case I'm quite interested in, to see that, she can go back to school, at her own pace.
The alternative school system being promoted by the First Lady will come in handy in Rebecca's case, as she is expected to take another shot at education in order to be truly empowered.
Alternative high school, where girls like her, she's about 22 years old, where girls like her can go back to school at their own pace, learn, because education is very key for her. And if she doesn't have the right tools for the marketplace, how will she be able to understand the inheritance given to her? So we just pray that all our children that are left, they can come back home, and we are also expecting them.
Speaking on behalf of the National Security Advisor, the National Coordinator, National Counterterrorism Center, Rear Admiral Yem Musa retired, said the rescued victim had, in the last 2 weeks, completed intensive medical screening and psychological evaluation by a team of experts and the Office of the NSA and National Intelligence Agency.
Subsequently, the Office of the National Security Advisor will follow up and present her case alongside 15 others that were recently also rescued, awaiting federal government support in the areas of educational sponsorship.
Having been certified fit, Rebecca is to be handed over to Borno State Governor for onward reunion with her family in the State House. Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy has given assurance of sustained security in the maritime domain around Imo State through massive deployment of manpower and logistics. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, gave the assurance when he paid a visit to the Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma. Faith Igwilu reports.
The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, said that Imo State has been strategic in the support of the Navy in achieving her maritime security objectives, noting that part of the reason for the visit was to inform the governor that the hydrographic survey of Uguta Lake, Chorashi River to the Atlantic Ocean is ready for presentation.
We use this opportunity also to assure the governor that in line with our statutory responsibility of ensuring the security of the maritime domain, as well as preserving the nation's territorial integrity, we are ever ready to collaborate with the state government in the achievement of these goals.
In his response, Governor Hope Uzodinma described the visit of the nation's #1 naval officer as another assurance and hoped that the security situation in Imo State will be further improved and strengthened. The Chief of Naval Staff was accompanied on the visit by principal officers of the Navy, the Commander 34 Artillery Brigade Obinze, and the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Imo State. In Owerri, I am Faith Igwilu, NTA News.
President Tinubu receives APC professionals. Details after the break. Stay tuned.
Fellow Nigerians, this period may be hard on us, and there is no doubt that it's tough on us. But I urge you all to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All our good and helpful plans are in the works. More importantly, I know that they will work.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 Naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
Bua Cement is up with Win with the King promo. Now you have been offered the opportunity to win lots of fabulous prizes. On the list, MG5 executive cars, millions of Naira, tricycles, LED television sets, generators, Android phones, rechargeable lamps, bags of Bua Cement, Bua branded t-shirts, and an abundance of 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira recharge cards. Buy just a bag of Bua Cement. Look out for the scratch card inside. Scratch to reveal your prize. Then call the number on the scratch card to redeem your prize at any Bua Redemption Center located in the 36 states capital, or call for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Bua Cement, the king of strength.
I miss them.
Well, they should be on their way by now.
Will it feel like it used to? With everyone so busy these days.
It will be fine.
Suddenly, she passes right. Oh, yeah, line up! Single file!
Grandpa, what was Grandma like?
She always found ways to bring us all together.
Devon Kings, taste that brings us all together.
When life is a little harder, we are here to lighten the load. Sedap Supreme Noodles is here for you. Because only fine ingredients go into Sedap Supreme Chicken Essence to give it that truly delicious chicken taste. Sedap Supreme Tasty Chicken Noodles, capturing the supreme tasty chicken goodness. Come and taste the difference of Nigeria's real chicken essence noodles. Be Supreme Nigeria. Taste. We are passionate about two things in Nigeria. The first is football. The second is our rice. And nobody celebrates like a Nigerian. So, for every goal scored, every mark made, you can be sure to always come back home to rice. Celebrate with Nigerian Premium Big Bowl Rice. Homegrown just like you. Big Bowl Rice. Tasty rice. Nourished you.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reassured Nigerians that no stone will be left unturned in his administration's efforts to stimulate the economy and make it work for the greater good of all Nigerians. The president stated this in a meeting held at the State House with the Board of Directors of the All Progressives Congress Professionals Forum, led by former Bauchi State Governor Isa Yuguda. To ensure steady, measured growth and enhanced public enlightenment on policy outcomes, President Tinubu says every effort across sectors will be documented and periodically reviewed for performance verification and public presentation. As President Tinubu continues with his administration's plans to improve the nation's economy, the APC Professionals Forum advises him to prioritize the fight against insecurity and corruption to attract local and foreign investors.
Country like Nigeria, we don't have the capital. The banking industry balance sheet today cannot finance, the economy of the country. So we need external financing. People with lots and lots of dollars and pounds sterling to come to Nigeria to invest. And they say capital is a coward. It doesn't move into an environment where there's insecurity. So if there's no security in the country, you should start forgetting about development. So we cannot do it alone.
The forum also commends the president for the quality of people selected so far as he builds his cabinet and offers support in their capacity as professionals. It's Friday and President Bola Tinubu was among the congregation at this Friday's Jumat service at the National Mosque, Abuja. The president and many dignitaries, including the Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, former Head of State General Abdusalami Abubakar, senators and governors were guests of the Niger East Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, who gave out his daughter Zainab in marriage after the Jumat prayer. The Imam Abuja National Mosque, Dr. Muhammad Kabir, anchored the wedding Fatiha rites as Zainab was handed to her groom, Hamman Bakari. Vice President Kashim Shettima represented the bride's family as he also received the bride price on behalf of the family. Now we head to Bayelsa State, where Governor Duyediri has given assurance of shoreline protection of up to 1.5 kilometers in Bayelsa communities following the Atlantic Ocean surge. The recurring surge has endangered about 250 buildings in Odioma community in Brass local government area and submerged others over the past 10 years. The governor visited the communities to assess the level of devastation from ocean encroachment and to solicit the support of the federal government and multinational companies to avert a disaster. Fred Owefi reports.
Odioma is a coastal community in the highland of Brass local government area of Bayelsa State. The community is seriously endangered by ocean encroachment, with several buildings being swept into the ocean. On his visit to assess the level of devastation in the community, Governor Duyediri, while addressing the Odioma Council of Chiefs, Elders and Youths, lamented the level of devastation. He promised that the state government will commence the shoreline protection project as he looks forward to the federal government collaboration to address the challenge in Kolama, Age, Sangana and other communities facing similar threats. Responding to the community's request, Governor Diri approved water project, 500 kVA generator, renovation of the community primary health care center, NYSC lodge, 200 hectares of land and purchase of fishing nets.
This is beyond the scope of the state government of Bayelsa. However, as I keep telling us, we must take our destiny into our hands. We cannot be waiting for outsiders to come and act. We have to first of all act.
The current is increasing every season. Let them remember, this oil-producing community kingdom, we are suffering.
Odioma Council of Chiefs expressed delight over the governor's visit, stressing that it has given hope to the community. Fred Uwefie, NTA News.
Speaking of disasters, we now join Dauda Muhammad live in Zaria for an update of what happened, where at least 4 worshippers have been confirmed dead, with others sustaining injuries following the collapse of a section of the roof at the Zaria Central Mosque in Kaduna this Friday. Dauda, do update us.
Yeah. Yes, welcome to a rainy Zaria this evening. It's indeed a very sad day in the ancient city of Zaria. Earlier on today, 4 worshippers died during Asr prayers when a section of the roof collapsed. Okay, I've just been updated that it's actually 10 people, and they've actually been buried earlier on today. And here with me is Mohammed Hassan, who was in the mosque when the incident happened. Malam Mohammed, good evening.
Oh, good evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a sad day.
Very sad moment, very sad.
Can you briefly tell us what actually happened during the prayers, Asr prayers by
okay, we had a very successful Jumat prayer. Everything went excellently well, as usual. So incidentally, for the Asr prayer, which is usually from 4 p.m., around 4 p.m. we started the Asr prayer. So things were very normal. Incidentally, part of the roof collapsed. There was no any sign of destruction or any sign of we had a little leakage somewhere here there, but the roof was leaking sound. So it collapsed on people while we were praying the second rakat. We sat down. I mean, within a minute, it collapsed and fell on people. So it's not the entire roof, but it's just a side, the right underside of the roof collapsed on those performing prayers.
Do you have any information on the number of casualties and how many people were injured since we were in the mosque during the incident?
Yes, it took over an hour for federal and state fire service and security agents to actually rescue a number of the victims. However, they were all rushed to neighboring hospitals, teaching hospital, general hospital, St. Luke's hospital, and all this. Finally, I said now 10 of the victims have died. And I don't know exact number that are in hospitals, but I believe there will not be more than 20 or 30, those that are currently in hospitals receiving treatment. It's really a very sad coincidence, and it happened. And the whole community, sinus is very much disturbed. He was at the funeral prayer, just about 30 minutes now. Finish the prayer, yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, as you've just heard from one of the eyewitnesses in the mosque when it collapsed, 10 people actually lost their lives in the incident. It's of note to say that the central mosque in front of the Emirate Council, the Emir's Palace, is quite old. It's some 100 years old, and renovations have been going on and all that. But it's unfortunate that this incident happened. So that is the present situation of things. The mosque has been under lock after the incident, and that's just the present situation here in Zaria.
All right, Elder. Thank you for the update. We'll be expecting more in the course to understand the nature of the accident and why it happened. I've been speaking with my colleague in Zaria concerning the collapsed roof at the Central Mosque in Zaria, where 10 people died in the incident. Members of the Special Senate Subcommittee on the East-West Road Eleme-Onne corridor have reassured Nigerians of prompt financial appropriation for the early completion of the road. This follows the inspection of the East-West Road in Rivers State to determine the level of work executed by the contractors. Robinson Deratide reports.
Special Senate Subcommittee on East-West Road were at the Eleme-Onne axis of the road. They were led by the chairman, Senator Abdul Nengi. The committee had visited the East-West Road stretching from Delta to Cross River State. The River State corridor of the road from Mbiama to Eleme is a special concern as it provides access to many other states within the South-South and the Southeast. Key concern to the committee is the 15-kilometer Eleme-Onne section connecting oil and gas free zone and the seaport. The senators expressed worry over the poor handling of the project at their other axis, resulting in the washing away of the road by flood few months after completion, but gave assurance that necessary appropriation will be made after a public hearing to ensure the road, including the Eleme Bridge, is completed in due time.
Unfortunately, what we have seen today has sufficiently informed this committee that some people must be prosecuted for this crime against humanity.
How much has the federal government committed to this road, and why is it still the way it is? So we are now going to make sure that people will return to site And all the people that have been paid money that have not done the work will be brought to book.
Controller of Works, River State, gave more insight on the project.
We expand the road, then the bridge that is coming up will be the one that the bridge can last over 50 years.
River State Governor Siminalaye Fobara had earlier enjoined the senators to facilitate the completion of the project after assuring them of the state's support. From River State, Robinson Daratede, Nta News.
Similarly, the Niger Delta Development Commission has given assurance of projects which will impact the people and boost the socio-economic activities in the region. Jenny Bassi reports that the Executive Director of Projects, Charles Okumola, gave the assurance while inspecting projects in Abia State.
Indigents and business operators in Ukwa West local government area of Abia State will now heave a sigh of relief following the completion of the 9-kilometer road construction in Okwipe and other ongoing projects in their area. The road, which is very important to the people and connects various communities, has been in a deplorable state for many years, has not only caused untold hardship to the locals and residents alike, but was also used by hoodlums to perpetrate various crimes.
It was very bad. The road really suffer us. But now, I think the road is very sweet now.
The Executive Director of Project, Charles Ogumola, said the road is expected to open up other adjoining areas and boost commercial activities.
To a large extent, I will give it above 70, but we expect more to be done. We're also going into the next step, which is the post-implementation step, which is sustenance. How do we sustain the project? And that is more with the community engagement.
He also inspected the power transmission substation in Ukwa West, which was abandoned for many years, and the dilapidated section of the Port Harcourt-Aba Expressway, and promised that the Commission will partner the Federal Ministry of Works to ensure that the road is motorable.
As an intervention agency, our role and our responsibility is to be ahead of the curve and most of the development needs of the region.
The contractor lauded the NDDC for complementing the efforts of government in the area of infrastructure. The Trans-Regional Connection Road project links Abia, Rivers and Akwa Ibom states. From Okwipe, Ukwa West local government area of Abia State, Jenny Bassi, NTA News.
Still on structural development, the management of Jaiz Bank Nigeria PLC says it can only reach its zenith if philanthropists and organizations of repute invest in the Islamic financial institution. The chairman, Jaiz Bank, Mohammed Mustafa bin Tube, made this known when he led the board on a visit to one of its major shareholders, the director of Oriental Energy Resources Limited, Muhammadu Indimi, in his office in Maiduguri, Borno State. Abubakar Musa reports.
Chairman Oriental Energy Resources Limited, Muhammad Indimi, is not only one of the major shareholders in Jaiz Bank, but has over the years remained supportive to the Islamic financial institution in both cash and kind. This visit by executives of Jaiz Bank, led by the chairman, board of directors, Mohammed Mustafa Bintubi, was to present pressing issues affecting the institution, especially the inability of government and indigenous philanthropists to invest heavily in the bank for sustainable development.
We need more industrialists, more philanthropists like them to come and partner with the bank so that our poverty alleviation and, which will lead to reduction in unemployment, the insecurity we have, and the social unrest.
Chairman Oriental Energy Resources Limited, Muhammad Indimi, said even though Jaiz Bank has gone far in achieving its core mandate, there is the need to look into its major constraints.
I'm the largest shareholder in the bank, and I'm going to do my best to see the bank grow more. So I'm really happy. So I am supporting them. I'm sure the bank will be on top soon.
Jaiz Bank is the first Islamic bank in Nigeria with many branches spread across the country, providing sustainable, non-interest commercial banking. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Musa, NTA News.
Now we join Adiola in Lagos for more updates. Over to you, Adiola.
Warning to those in the act to desist, as there is no hiding place for criminals in the state. Lynn Leneke has the details.
I was inside a bus actually, so I was pressing my phone and there was a little traffic and somebody just reached out and then snatched the phone from my hand.
Daniel, like every other Nigerian, have suffered in the hands of criminals who derive pleasure in dispossessing unsuspecting residents of their valuables. In recent times, pockets of criminal activities have resurfaced in the metropolis, ranging from armed robbery, unlawful possession of arms, vandalism, and cultism.
Cultists that are almost everywhere in Lagos State, to the extent that they even have the effrontery to celebrate anniversary.
Another worrisome trend is the use of minors as couriers for peddling drugs. All these crimes have continued to raise concerns among citizens. Lagosians advocate enabling environment as a critical factor capable of mitigating the trend. The Lagos State Police Command is not resting on its oars in ensuring the safety of residents and flushing out criminals from their hideouts.
We're calling on Lagosians to keep on giving us information so that we can do the needful, and together with the continuous support of members of the public and other stakeholders, we will be able to make Lagos State remain on that highly coveted small list of safest states in the country.
As part of measures to tackling crime, the Lagos Police Command is in collaboration with other security agencies. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
Now to infrastructure. The Eko Bridge has received a facelift with the ongoing rehabilitation exercise from the Alaka end of the bridge through Ijora-Olokpa down to Akpongbong. This periodic maintenance, according to the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, is to boost the integrity of the bridge. Kehinde Adebisi reports.
A tour around the portions marked for repairs at Ijora-Olokpa, Costain and Alaka shows the rehabilitation is in earnest, and contractors are working assiduously to meet the 40 days deadline.
There are some piers to be worked on. We are actually working on those piers. There are some bearings that are completely gone, they are damaged, and if they are not attended to on time, they could damage the integrity of the bridge. So that is why we have this closure. But we are still pleading with the people again. There will still be intermittent closures, but they are not going to be long.
Some road users who spoke with NTA News say though the repair work is necessary, they're hopeful that the stipulated timeline will not be exceeded.
So I will also advise the government to please provide security, our road traffic warden officer to be here. Anything that federal government is doing on this road, they should quickly do it speedily on it, they should quickly work on it.
Halfway gone into the 40 days, it is expected that the road maintenance, once completed, will reduce travel time for Lagos residents and cut short wasted hours in traffic. In Lagos, Kehinde Adebisi, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. The network news will continue after this timeout. Please stay.
Where is Glory? Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello? Where Glow now?
Are they here?
No, Glow, don't go village. Tell all our customer, Abi.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Glow berekete 10x. Now he might they take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credits when I load. Or even summer me double data join.
Yeah.
Wait,
so with one
fine when they give all of us, so you dey enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, una say we enjoy if una join Globe Rekete 10x. Una go get 1,000 naira welcome credit. You just carry your phone, dial *777#. Finish. Gulo, you don't win. Una see there here. Hello, please, I'm looking for Globe. Please save na Globe they find. Na Globe they go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Globe Rekete 10x. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Are you a dealer in cars, jewelry, precious metals and stones and luxury goods? Are you into real estate, or are you an estate agent, surveyor, valuer, developer or broker? Are you into the hospitality industry, lottery business, or are you a mortgage broker, tax consultant, or an accountant? Do you have a supermarket, pools betting and consulting, or construction company? If you have, go and obtain your certification from the Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering, SCUMOL, and be free to do your business within the ambits of the law. SCUMOL has the responsibility to monitor, supervise, and regulate the activities of designated non-financial business and professions, DNFBPs, across the country. Please note that the SCUMOL certificate is not a guarantee of legitimacy of any business. To register, visit www.scumol.org. For collection of certificate, visit any EFCC office nearest to you. Remember, registration is free.
SCUMOL, securing Nigeria's business environment. This message is from Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Hey, welcome to the Star Times 35th anniversary celebration. To say thank you to every Star Times family for being an integral part of our journey, Star Times has decided to give you a price slash on decoders. Yes, we are slashing the price of our antenna decoder from 8,900 naira to 7,500 naira, and the dish decoder from 13,300 naira to 9,900 naira. But that's not all. Existing subscribers can recharge for 2 months on their current bouquet and get upgraded to the next higher bouquet. And if you recharge on the classic or super bouquet, you'll receive a fantastic reward of extra 15 days of free viewing. You can enjoy our top local and international content. So, what are you waiting for? Quickly, visit any Star Times outlet around you to recharge or buy your decoder between June 12th to August 31st to enjoy this fabulous offer. Wow! Yay! Let the celebration begin! Star Times, entertain your family.
The Mariam Babangida National Center for Women Development, Abuja, is organizing a weekend training program in information and communication technology to allow civil servants, housewives, entrepreneurs, and many others interested in being equipped with ICT skills needed in the digital age. The courses include Microsoft Office productivity packages, data analysis, project management, multimedia technology, computer coding, computer network administration. For registration, contact 080-3514-2552 or 080-3059-0779 or 080-5211-1810. Mariam Babangida, National Center for Women Development, Abuja, announcer.
Hello, with everybody for you.
Say hello to GoTV's newest package. GoTV Super Plus has all the great channels you love on GoTV Super. Plus, big-time international and kids channels the whole family will love. Plus, plenty of live Premier League action on Super Sports Premier League channel. It's the package you asked for, and we listen. GoTV Super Plus, available from 1 August. GoTV, love it.
It's nice to know you're still watching the network news on NTA. We're talking humanitarian matters now, and the member representing Damaturu, Kujba, Gulani and Termwa Federal Constituency, Khadija Bukar Abba Ibrahim, has distributed various food items worth millions of naira as palliatives to indigent persons in her constituency. The gesture is aimed at complementing the federal and Yobe state government's efforts in providing palliatives to people following removal of fuel subsidy.
Flagging off the distribution of the palliatives, Governor Mai Malabuni represented urged other federal and state lawmakers, as well as other spirited individuals in the state, to emulate her gesture, noting that such will go a long way in complementing the efforts of the federal and Yobe state governments.
The donation has come at a time when the state government is putting the necessary machinery in place for the same purpose across the 17 government areas of the state. No doubt her efforts will significantly complement our drive in the 4 affected local government areas for our constituency.
The items distributed to several vulnerable groups and individuals include 525 kg bags of rice, 500 cartons of spaghetti and macaroni, as well as 205 liters bottle of cooking oil, among others. The donor and member representing Damaturu, Gujuba Gulani and Sermoa Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, who is also the founder, Khadija Kubra Foundation, Khadija Bukar Abba Ibrahim, said the aim is to help households coped with current hardship being experienced.
This foundation today is donating food to the less privileged and the needy. Palliatives should not be about government. Palliatives are about individuals giving out, however small, to assist and to help.
While extending their appreciation to the lawmaker for the assistance, stakeholders in the constituency described the move as a right step in the right direction.
We are all living witness to have passed distribution of empowerment equipment to the people in a drive to make them self-sufficient.
Justin, members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have suspended their strike, the nationwide strike embarked upon to press for their demands from the federal government. NAD President Emeka Orji, in an exclusive with NTA, said the strike was suspended this Friday evening, adding that the resident doctors would resume work tomorrow, Saturday, 11th August at 8 a.m. The association, he disclosed, will review progress 2 weeks after the suspension. Do stay tuned for more reports after this timeout.
Yeah, are you ready? It is the biggest gathering of sustainable development actors in Nigeria as Abuja hosts the grand finale of the maiden edition of the SDG Short Film Challenge. The contest, specially curated to mobilize actions for the Sustainable Development Goals, will be a night for SDGs showcase, awards, cinema, comedy, spoken word, music, and advocacy for the global goals. Be part of this great event and join stakeholders in the sustainability cycle to take action for the goals. Venue, Abuja Continental Hotel, former Sheraton Hotel. Date, 12th August 2023, International Youth Day. Time, 5 p.m. SDG Short Film Challenge, advocacy for transforming our world. For sponsorship and participation, call 0803-586-4016 or 0703-207-7432. This event is powered and supported by...
Our boss was like, a decent fashion designer only gets home at midnight. Midway.
Man like Osimhen, Papa just the chop Italian league like Oha.
These are real housewives of Abuja. Those women are fire. What does OJ say again? A relationship with money is Alhamdulillah.
Because they wear uniform, you want to treat people anyhow. Imagine this officer, I will clear out one line. Don't cost. Bruh, come on there. Things no matter. The biggest dragon for Westeros, now is small picking face down, blind bound, right arm like Formula 1. Here, catch me.
He found the gold and asked her for just shaking me piece of the pie, and she killed him for it.
Obini, fair women, no.
No one tells a story like we do. Showmax, Africa's original streaming service.
Fellow Nigerians, I made a solemn pledge to work for you, how to improve your welfare and living condition. It's of paramount importance to me, and it is the only thing that keeps me up day and night.
humble beginnings to the extraordinary. We've witnessed incredible bonds, the rise of legends in the most challenging of times, and the most unforgettable moments that kept us at the edge of our seat. Everything up till now was just the beginning. Legends go head-to-head as timelines have collapsed for the ultimate showdown. Welcome to Big Brother Niger All-Stars.
Proudly sponsored by Money Point, powering dreams. In association with HFM, online trading at its finest.
You're just in time for sports updates with Olumide Eguntola.
Quarter-final actions at the ongoing